What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Sudden Death, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, directed by Peter Hyams. Now, Sudden Death tells the story of Darren McCord, who is a former firefighter who takes his children to a Stanley Cup Finals with the Pittsburgh Penguins, while all the while, a man named Joshua Foss is planning to blow up the arena where the hockey game is going on unless he gets a lot of money. And to make sure he gets this money, he's holding the vice president of the United States hostage. And pretty much, Jean Claude Van Damme's character of McCord is pretty much against the clock because he has to disarm as many bombs as he can, while all the while also having to save his daughter, who is being held captive by the Foss character. Okay, let's waste no time. Let's get right into it. I think Sudden Death is a fun as hell movie. I love Sudden Death. I remember watching this movie when I was 6 years old, and this was one of the few Van Damme movies that really stayed with me from a young age. I love Sudden Death. I think of all the Van Damme movies I've seen, this is probably my favorite one. Now, I do think that Sudden Death, when you watch it, it's very derivative of Die Hard. It hits a lot of the same beats, and it has a story structure that's very similar to Die Hard. Not only that, I do think that the character of Darren McLeod can come across as just a very little bit bland, but Jean Claude Van Damme has enough charisma to at least make him a little bit likable. And to tell you the truth, those are just my two biggest gripes with Sudden Death. It's derivative of Die Hard, and McLeod comes across as just kind of bland and generic as a character. Now, let's get on to the good stuff. Now, from a casting standpoint, as I said, Van Damme, he does do a good job, and he does give the McLeod character some charisma. Now let's get on to my favorite character in the whole movie, Powers Booth as Joshua Foss. Powers Booth steals the show in this movie. He is awesome. This man is chewing the scenery at playing this slick asshole type of villain. I love Powers Booth's sense of humor in this movie. He is hilarious in a lot of scenes. Not only that, he does a fantastic job at balancing his menace and his sense of humor flawlessly. To me, Powers Booth steals the show, and honestly, truthfully, Powers Booth, he outshines Jean Claude Van Damme in this movie by a country mile. That's how good I think Powers Booth's performance is in this movie. He's utterly fantastic. I love him. And the supporting cast in this movie is really good too. You have Raymond G. Barry, who plays the Vice President of the United States. He does an okay job. The two actors who play Van Damme's kids, they come across as being genuine brother and sister with the relationship. The little girl could be annoying and it can be a little whiny in some areas, but nothing too cringy. And yeah, that's pretty much that. The action sequences in this movie, hell of a lot of. Oh wait, before I go on, this movie also has Harewood in this movie. Harewood is more famous for playing in Full Metal Jacket. He plays a Secret Service agent who is revealed to be in bed with the Foss character. Tell you the truth, I did not think the movie needed that. I didn't like it at all. Personally speaking, we don't even get motivation as to why Hallmark is even in it with the Booth character. He's just evil. He's just bad. And the movie does spend a lot of time with the Horwood character, and it does start to develop he does start to develop a relationship with the McCord character, very similar to how John McClane and Al from Die Hard developed a relationship. Though, unlike that movie, Hallmark turns rogue. Personally speaking, I would have had Hallmark not become a bad guy. I would have actually had him team up with uh, with McCord to take down the Foss character. That's just me personally. That's what I would have done. I didn't really think Hallmark being revealed as a hired goon was necessary. Didn't really do anything. Not only that, he gets taken out of the movie the second he gets revealed as a turncoat. Like, not even 5 minutes later, he's dead. So yeah, that's another gripe against this movie that I didn't really care for. I didn't even like. All right, now production value. This movie looks utterly fantastic. I thought Peter Hames did a fantastic job behind the director's chair. He also handles the cinematography, and he gives this movie a very polished, sleek look. It looks great from a 1996 standpoint. I believe this movie was made like 95, 96. It looks great. The practical effects in this movie, they're all well done. They look beautiful. This movie does have some CG, and it does look kind of janky in a lot of areas, to be honest with you. But to Peter Hyams' credit, he focuses solely on these spectacular practical effect set pieces, and they all look fantastic, especially the ending where where the Foss character is in a helicopter and it gets turned like straight up, and it goes down into the arena, and that's how he dies via an explosion. That was a pretty cool death, to be honest with you. A lot of the fight scenes in this movie are well choreographed, as all Van Damme fight scenes are. There's this particularly one fight scene where he's fighting a goon named Carla in a penguin suit. It's unintentionally hilarious, and it's probably the most memorable fight scene in the whole movie because the villain is wearing a penguin suit. It's hilarious. It's unintentionally hilarious. And all the other fight scenes, they're okay, but they don't really stand out, like the Carla fight scene and the ending where Foss and McCord have their little confrontation. So yeah, that's all with that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about Sudden Death. I think this is a grossly underrated movie. I really like this movie. This is my favorite Van Damme movie. Is it perfect? No. Is it entertaining as an action movie? Oh, hell yes. Which is why I'm going to give Sudden Death a solid 8 out of 10. This is a fun watch. It has a good, quick pace. It's never boring. It keeps your attention. Alright, so anyway, those are my thoughts on Sudden Death. Let me know yours in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.